State, are you ready?
Your Honor, the state is ready.
All right. The court is going to call 2023 CR 4168, State of Texas versus James Michael Kennedy. And defense, if you all could move to that end. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Anton Hayek. What did you ask me to do again?
No, I'm asking your name.
Anton Hayek. I thought
Yeah.
you told me to move one way.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So Mr. Hayek, for the record, is representing Mr. Kennedy. And are you James Michael Kennedy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You entered a plea to the offense of assault, intentionally knowing serious bodily injury of a child by omission. You entered a plea to a cap of 35 years in the prison. The state is opposing your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
I've had a chance to review it. I've reviewed it with my client and given him an opportunity to read it at his own pace.
Okay. All right. Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any
No, Your-
objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right. State, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Mr. Kennedy, please.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
My name is James Michael Kennedy.
All right. Counsel?
Mr. Kennedy, would you say this event with your daughter finding it out about cerebral palsy and having her removed from your presence because of lack of proper nutrition was a real eye opener to you?
It was.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, could everyone please whisper? And counsel, if you could speak up for me, please.
And during the first 10 years of Michelle's life, did you think there was anything unusual about her not being able to eat solid foods? Well, other than that, she probably should have.
Given her state with cerebral palsy, I didn't know.
And the primary caretaker, Michelle, was Norma, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you with Norma, you're not married to her.
Yes, sir.
Did Norma ever have any complaints to you about something she wasn't allowed to do for Michelle?
No, sir.
And you've read the report and you're happy with Miss, I can't do her name, Sitsu, the foster mother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I read you the expert. Do you agree with what she wrote?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay. And do you want the best for your daughter?
I do. Yes, sir.
And you've had a hearing in CPS court on Valentine's Day where you gave an affidavit of relinquishment of your parental rights?
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay. So do you feel sorry for what you either did or failed to do for your daughter?
At the time, I was unaware, but yes, I do.
Okay. So you realize the judge is probably going to send you to prison.
Yes, I do.
Are you asking for something maybe in the 20-year range as opposed to 35?
I am asking for leniency.
No further questions. That's a prosecutor. You may want to ask me something.
All right, in just a moment, my email went down. I did have the PSI report up, but the PSI report has disappeared on my system. All right.
Yes, sir. Just a few, if I may. Mr. Kennedy, my name is Zach Dunn. I'm one of the prosecutors in the Family Violence Division. I should have a few questions for you, and some of it goes to your statements in the PSI, which is the report that the judge is looking at right now. You basically mentioned on kind of the last page of it that you really kind of didn't know or were unsure of the fact. You said you had ignorance of your daughter's condition. She was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at birth, though, correct?
I do not know.
With respect to her abilities, things she was able to do, did you notice any kind of comparison between her and other 10-year-olds?
Actually, comparison between her and when I was going through high school, I noticed that there was children that were similar.
And are you aware of how much she weighed as a 10-year-old when the police came to the residence for the first time?
I believe she was at 27 pounds, but I can't remember.
27 pounds as a 10-year-old. Does that seem normal to you or abnormal to you?
Uh, I do not know. I mean, when I look at, when I believe, remember how there were others that were her age, more or less even, and when I was going through high school, I saw that they were about her size.
You're saying when you went through high school personally,
When I went through high school,
you knew of 10-year-olds that were around 20 pounds in weight, or
we went to the kitchen cafeteria, and I saw others that were rolled around in wheelchairs that were about the same size.
and what did you make of the fact that Michelle, again, a 10-year-old, was unable to speak and barely even move when the police first interacted with her coming on scene? Is that normal behavior, you think, for a 10-year-old?
I think given that she had cerebral palsy, that it was normal.
And with respect to her diet, do you think it's appropriate to feed someone Oreos, milk, and Kool-Aid to sustain their life as a 10-year-old with cerebral palsy?
Michelle could not eat solid, so she couldn't even eat Oreos.
Okay, but at the time, does it surprise you, or is it surprising to hear now that y'all's statements at the time on scene was that, again, you fed her Kool-Aid, milk, and Oreos?
At that time, given that Numa was taking to her to the doctors, and that the doctors were aware of what was going on, I thought everything was okay. Given that now I know that it's not okay, because that could have all been avoided with the surgery of a G tube, gastrostomy tube.
You said you know about that now.
I do.
So if police had never come and CPS was never involved, what do you think the future of Michelle's life would look like? Again, at the time she weighed 27 pounds as a 10-year-old. That was a few years ago.
Well, she did lose a lot of weight due to her being sick. It wasn't due to lack of us providing nutrition. It was due to her being sick that she lost weight.
No further questions, Ron.
All right,
That's
any
it, John.
follow-up?
A follow-up,
All right, may I
Right.
ask a question?
please.
All right. Why was she never placed back in school?
When she was originally taken out of school due to the coronavirus.
All right, and then after
when
that?
we attempted to take her back to school, she could never keep the mask on. She would keep constantly pulling it off. And then they told her to no longer go back to school.
I'm sorry, what?
They told her not to go back to school until she could take care of that.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the trial court certification form. Just 1 second. I'll have it. All right, so you're saying that they didn't allow her to come back to school because she continued to pull off her mask.
Yes, ma'am.
And the offense date on this is 2023. So help me, in 2023, were students still required to wear a mask?
I do not know. Your Honor.
All right, so you didn't take her back to school in the year of 2023.
No, Your Honor.
And I read the PSI report, and it said that you had personal insurance.
I did. Oh, I did.
All right, so at that time you had personal insurance, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
How often had she seen a doctor?
I believe the last time she saw the doctor was in 2020. And I believe it was on a either annual or duannual checkup. I left that all to Norma to take care of.
All right, so the last time she saw a doctor was in 2020.
Yes, I believe so.
So did your wife, Norma, have the insurance card to take her to a doctor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so you had the,
His wife, they just lived together.
all right, so the person you lived with, were you in a romantic relationship with them?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And were you all living together as boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so you left her in charge of taking care of your child?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is she the biological mother of that child?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you didn't give her your insurance card to take her to the doctor for emergencies?
I never was issued one. Everything was done electronic.
All right. So since 2020, you never took your child to the hospital, emergency rooms, or to see a pediatrician?
Personally, I haven't. I do not know what Norma has done.
All right. Did you ever ask her, hey, she's not eating right, something's going wrong? Have you taken her to the doctor?
This will actually all happen recent, like because she got sick because of everything that happened. We took her to the hospital to Christus Santa Rosa at first. And
When was that? Was that in 2023?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm talking about before 2023. Unless, and if I'm wrong, correct me. And I won't take offense to you correcting me. It appears that this is something that was happening over time. Am I right? The fact that she's not gaining weight, she's not eating?
No, Your Honor. The way we were giving her nutrition over the time period uh, from her birth until the time that she got sick was the same constant method.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden she gets sick and she lost the weight.
So what was her highest weight? Because this is saying that she was 27 pounds at 10. So before she started dropping all of the weight, what was her weight as a 10-year-old?
I believe it was either at 40 or 45 pounds.
So 45 pounds, and then all of a sudden she's at 27 pounds.
Yes, Sean.
So you didn't think to take her to the doctor when she dropped down to 30 pounds?
I would be at work, so when I would come home, I'd always want to try to sleep or relax just before sleeping.
All right. And how far did you go in school?
For school, I graduated from St. Philip's College.
Okay.
I got my certificates for aircraft and power plant.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions, defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court will hear argument. The state is opposed to the application. State.
Your Honor, this is an individual that essentially the state doesn't believe has taken responsibility. The litany of I don't knows and I'm not sures doesn't replace the fact that you're talking about a 10-year-old who had, as the medical facility diagnosed her with, quote, extreme prolonged malnourishment. 10-year-olds are somewhere in the range of above 70 pounds. This is a 27-pound individual who, through the defendant's own words, was fed Oreos, Kool-Aid, and milk. As if being a child wasn't vulnerable enough position to be in the world, to be diagnosed with cerebral palsy at birth and have parents that don't take you because their insurance quote has expired and knew about first they knew about the diagnosis, but then they didn't know about the diagnosis, as they later said. The state would, of course, respectfully request that the court take all these factors into consideration, given how this person completely disregarded the health of a young girl for many years on end, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
This case has a certain horribleness factor, especially to me as a parent. I can't imagine not feeding your child. And this is my second sentencing on this crime in a week.
Yes.
So I didn't know that many people weren't feeding their child. In representing my client, he's basically been clueless. I had a very difficult time getting to him to understand what he did or did not do and what he should have done or should not have done. That doesn't condone what happened to his daughter. One thing I don't understand is how she went to healthcare providers and no one noticed anything, especially on the day in which she was taken to a healthcare provider a second time, and that's when she was taken into police custody, CPS custody. Okay, and you have terminated your parental rights, is that correct, sir?
Yes.
That's it, Your Honor.
All right. One final question. So what were you eating?
I would eat out a lot.
Okay. And did your weight ever drop at normally low?
No, Your Honor.
And how much did you weigh?
Before I was at 277.
All right. So if your weight went from 277 down to 100 pounds or 90 pounds, would you go to the doctor?
I would find out what's going on. Yes.
Okay. All right. The court is going to deny your application. The court will find you guilty. I understand that there may have been other issues at play here, as far as maybe the mother was in charge of taking care of your daughter and during the day-to-day. So I am taking that into consideration. I'm going to sentence you to 34 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Which one? Yes, Judge.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.